Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Rider Time podcast, or rather, the Rider Time archive. How's everyone doing? Steve, I know you're like jumping on those tulips from earlier this episode, but we got some cake to build.
Yeah, hang on. I'm just trying to. I'm just picking a few more for this cornucopia. So freaking weird. You know what? I'm gonna have to take care of that later. Yeah. Well, you know, we're just doing. All right. Well, that's enough. That's enough flower picking for right now.
Yeah.
I don't understand why the weebs want to get so about cherry blossoms. You know, I mean, they're cool to look at. I'm not gonna lie, but roses are just as nice. I don't know why we don't have well, we do have rose festivals, but the weebs don't give a shit about roses. No, do they?
Yeah, for me, I like spider lilies.
Yeah, what anime are we watching though that has spider lilies that ever have a happy ending?
Naruto?
I've never seen Tokyo Ghoul. Just to let you know. I have probably butchered that song, but I'm like, I was like, oh yeah, what when you see spider lilies, what song automatically plays in your head? And I just like think to myself, the first ending to Inuyasha.
Oh yeah, Inuyasha had spider lilies.
Yeah. But everyone goes off and says, "Oh, Tokyo Ghoul." I'm like, wait, does it? And I went to go check it out. Like, oh yeah, it does. And I found out they are beautiful, but apparently it's an ominous type of thing if you see spider lilies.
Yeah.
In Japan, it's like they're very beautiful, but it's also like it's kind of like a metaphor for the world. It's a beautiful yet ugly world
that was so transparent.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I don't know. I mean, when you think of spider, I think of just like, oh, they're, but apparently they're very emo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. That's why I just like every time it's like when you see it's like, oh, there's always like some kid like singing the opening to that anime, and I was like, I've never seen it. I've never seen it.
I'm not a fan of Tokyo Ghoul, but
That's like get the bangs out.
Yeah. Anime Skrillex.
But I'm like, boy, get out of here. What are you not? I'm like, it's so edgy. It's so goth. Why? Because they wear black? Because they got zippers all for themselves?
Yeah, and this is actually a conversation I had recently. Oh, we've had this conversation before, but it's a conversation we but it came back with someone else recently. How it's like people don't get what goth is. It's like it's not about just wearing black.
It's not the style. It's that stuff changes.
It's about appreciation for your pre-Germanic heritage that overthrew the Western Roman Empire.
Yeah,
or your love for like circular or arch-based architecture.
It's like I said, the times be a changing and we change with them. So
yeah,
when you look at the 80s and 90s, when you look at those, and then people now are like, that's so stupid. What that's not my bro. That's where it came from. That's the big hair. The Michael Smith of the Cure look. That's kind of like your basis,
your Susie and the Banshee.
Yep, your early Tim Burtons, like that's that's kind of how.
And above all else, it's not about having a party affiliation. It's about being counterculture altogether. Post-punk counterculture.
It's also the thing about just trying to being an individual, I guess. But when everyone is trying to be the same, well,
it's like when everyone it's like the whole hipster thing where it's like
oh yeah,
everyone it's like you try you try to wear like one of those Bruno Mars fedoras and bicycle arm mustaches because it's non-mainstream. But when everyone does the same non-mainstream thing, guess what? It becomes mainstream.
I'm seriously considering shaving. Like, no joke. Like, I've seriously considered shaving. Maybe pull up the Alphonse Pierre look, but
for me, like, I'm really upset because I had to cut my hair and I miss my pompadour.
The thing is that when it's all about following a crowd, and it's all about, like, sometimes it's a good idea, sometimes it's not. Sometimes you got to make your own decisions and be, when everyone is doing it, then it's not cool. As many
as we're gonna find out later in this episode.
Yeah, like everyone just thinks like, oh, I'm goth now. Like, I'm such a hipster. Like, bro, have you not heard of this band Linkin Park? You guys don't know. Like, what you mean, Linkin Park?
Have you heard of Smashing Pumpkins?
Have you heard of this? Have you heard of this new rapper? Or like, he's kind of
they have this album called
he's called Snoopy Dogg. Mm-hmm. Guys, you guys don't know. You don't know music. You don't know Snoopy Dogg. Yeah, are you talking about the Beatles, or are you talking
Snoopy
about the
Lion?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Snoopy Dooby Doo.
Yeah. It's like, what? That's like, you ever heard of this underground band called the Black Eyed Peas?
You know what's funny? Is that one time I walked into a Starbucks and this guy was like listening to like a music I was like kind of vibing with, but I wasn't 100% sure like who was playing it because even if I know like a lot of songs from a certain band, doesn't mean I know every song from that band. Like I have all 15 Aerosmith albums, but I will admit that I did not listen to all 15 albums yet. In particular, I never got around to listen to the 14th album because it's mostly like them doing like blues covers of like other people's songs.
Mm-hmm.
Like Just Push Play is the best album, like no question about it. But with that in mind, so like I asked the guy, and I asked him, hey, what song is that? Like I'm really curious. I'm just trying to be nice, and like he gives like the most hipster response he could give, where it's like, yeah, it's Paul Simon. Like it's cool if you never heard of him. It's whatever. It's no big deal. Like, you probably never heard of him. It's fine. It's just Paul Simon. And I'm like, huh, okay. Well, I'm gonna get me some green tea and I'm gonna go listen to some Art Garfunkel. But don't worry about who that is. You probably never heard of him. Funny thing is, he really did never hear of Art Garfunkel, so
not many people know of the Garfunkel.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's like you ever?
I'm like, wait, you know the Garfunkel? No, not John Arbuckle. I'm talking about Garfunkel.
Yeah, it's like, it'd be funny. It would even be funnier if like the dude thought I was talking about Garfunkel and Oates. It's like no hate on Kate Minucci, like she is adorable, but I'm just saying it's like there's a reason that they call themselves Garfunkel and Oates. It's because they both play the second string.
Garfunkel?
Yeah, Simon and Garfunkel and Hall and Oates. So you got the Garfunkel from Simon and Garfunkel, and you got the Oates from Garfunkel and Oates. You got the Garfunkel from Simon and Garfunkel, and you got the Oates from Hall and Oates. So it's like Garfunkel and Oates. But doesn't that make Oates like double second string?
I don't know.
Yeah, I twisted my own tongue with that one. It's like, this is why like I generally avoid bands where it's like two people's names together. Thank God Tears for Fears isn't two guys named so-and-so Tears and so-and-so Fears.
Mm-hmm.
Run DMC is a little bit easier because those are nicknames.
All right.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, we're here to let's get right into it. We're here to discuss episodes 16 through 19 of Kamen Rider Gaim, aka the hipster batch. And yeah, yeah, and of course, because it's the hipster batch, naturally I got my my dongri set.
yeah, this is the
Yeah.
hipster batch that we got to.
Yep.
Even though I use these for gaming and reading,
Yeah.
I think
Mhm.
we have to.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. Yeah. So where we left off, Michi was in hot water against 3 Kurokage troopers. Yeah, don't you hate it when a bona fide rider is demoted to a trooper status?
Well, we like totally need like foot soldiers, you know.
Yeah,
We like the invis are so last week, you know.
mhm,
So it's like we got to update to like
mhm,
walnuts and stuff. Okay, I
right.
can't keep that going forever. Yeah, we get not really. What were these two not just comedic, just foils the whole
Mhm,
time? You know,
mhm,
Kurakage and Chestnut, just like
mhm.
they were just like, you know, what are we taking them seriously? Are we
They
legit?
were basically Rex and Weevil, but
Yeah,
then
so
Rex died.
yeah, but it's like, I mean, I get it, I understand it, but at the same time, it's like, you know, oh, they've just been demoted to foot. So again, the inverse were just things that were, again, like we said in past, you know, this was the start where they now went away from
Mhm.
the supernatural, the evil organization. Well, sort of.
Yeah.
And like the henchmen, the monsters, the whatever, you know, whether they be among us walking or they create them and send them out. It's like the invis are there, but not like they're there, but they're just there as an afterthought now.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
kind of like, which is, I mean, really, when you think about it, it's not really a loss because I mean, we've been repeating like the invis suit ridiculously too much
Yeah.
in just these like 16 or 20 some odd episodes we've already gone through. It's
Yeah.
like, wait a minute.
Wait
We've
till we
been
get to Exade.
yeah. It just keep because again, it's not about the monsters or the organizations now. It's about rider versus rider.
It's like if you really think about it, it really does come to like what may possibly be a budget thing because if you notice, like seasons that have a lot of writers reuse the same, let's say 10-ish monster suits.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like
That was
with
that was
Gaim,
why a lot of that's why a lot of people tend to say like the earlier Heisei writers were more interesting in terms of their like of their stories because while it is cool and interesting to see more writers appear as like, you know, whether it be like enemies or whatever, the fact that you watch was because again, the Fangires, the Orphanox, the Worms, you have the Greeds, yeah,
yeah,
you had the Dopants,
yeah,
you know, and that's what kind of brought the show. And even still now, like right now with Gabu is that they have the what are they called?
Granutes.
Yeah. So it's all these different creatures. It's not like focusing on so many riders now. That was
Mhm.
the thing. It's like, you know, what was that meme that I saw a long time ago that kind of applies? For our non-Americans, yeah, if you were, I mean, remember when Steven Universe was really popular for some
Oh yeah.
reason, and there was this whole thing about like how the creator was just like shortly but surely adding in more LGBT type stories and situations that were
Mhm.
like okay, and it's like it's a meme where it's like it's Cartoon Network and they run to the artist and they say, what are you doing, da, da, da. What, like, you know, you can't do this, you can't do, like just giving a list, you know, of like
Mhm.
what like, And I imagine the fans doing that to Toei. Like, hey, what happened to the story? What happened to the monsters? What happened to the evil organization? The creative suits, the monsters, the kaijin, the sexy mommies that turn into monsters, or the really good looking guys that could turn anyone into dust, or that are just assholes. What happened to them? And it's like, hey, I got you. I hear you. I understand. I got it. Okay. I'll fix it. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
Fix it. I will. I will totally fix it. Okay, you're back. Okay.
And then Gabu totally fixed
and
it.
They go to the people who make it, and they're like, make it gayer. Yeah. Make more riders. Make more like blah blah. That's what this is. Because it's like, again, tell me how many inverses we see. Like, it's always the same ones throughout this whole, in 20 episodes. It's the same ones over and over and over.
Yeah, you got the same 3 colored base.
But we did get a new one. We did technically get a new one.
Yeah, but like we basically like recycle the same suits. Let's say 12 suits, 12-ish suits.
Yeah, the same suits, the same, even the ones that turn from people into inverses. They're being used. So I'm just like, what the F, man? That's kind of lazy, but at the same time, the bad guys are not the inverse. The inverse are kind of like the casualties along.
Kind of like the side products.
Yeah, there's a side product and casualties, but the main
one thing we didn't mention last week is how they one time Dr. Waring fed a rat a Helheim fruit, and it turned into a miniature Invis. We didn't mention it because it was kind of redundant to mention, just because the main point is that Yuya turned into an Invis.
Yeah, that was the main thing. It's yeah, and again, I'm surprised that I didn't mention it, because again, I did see something about it.
Yeah,
and I don't know. So the fact that Yuya became one kind of negated the fact that they fed it to a rat, which is, again, like, you already know this is bad. You already know these are bad. So what's the point of showing us the cause and effect when already someone, or us, the audience, are fully aware of what are the ramifications if you get whatever by this entity?
So I'm looking at the thing. So for the monster of the day ranked Invis, not counting the evolved forms or the berserk forms, just their basic C rank forms. There are 3 green Invises, 2 blue ones, and 1, 2, 3 red ones. So 3 plus 2 plus 3, that's 8 Invises. Obviously, if you get the mutated, a Komori Invis and a Berserk Lion Invis, you could say 10. But when you got the evolved, Seiryu, Shika, and Inoshishi, they're CGI, so do they even count?
I wouldn't know, honestly.
Yeah. So basically we only have 8 or debatably 10 monster of the day Invis that they just keep recycling over and over again. Obviously later on, there will be higher ranking Invis that we meet later on in the series, but as far as the monster of the day rank goes, it's there's only 10 of them, or 8, depending on how you look at it. Which makes sense, because let's look at how many riders there are in this season. There's the 7 Sengoku riders, plus the 4 Genesis riders. See, I'm not counting Shin Zangetsu as the same one for reasons later on. Then you got Hex, Taboo, Mars, Jam, And like I know some of them are like movie exclusives, but even without the movie exclusives, we're already at 11. 12 if you count Jam. Oh, wait, and I forgot a certain one that shows up in this episode. So, yeah. We have more writers here than in Ryuki.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and that's the thing that happened more so in this series. It's very prevalent. But, yeah. The Invis are just an afterthought, and especially through all this, especially what goes on in these episodes. It's more like, do you remember we have super interdimensional monsters in this show?
Yeah.
It's like, yes. What are you doing with them now? Well, they're not really useful for anything. They're just
robbing banks.
Well, that surprised me. I'm like, wait a minute. There is a full-grown Invis running around. How did that happen? Apparently,
Team Red Hot.
Team Red Hot, these idiots that lost the Bravo to a Patissier. That's kind of embarrassing to say.
Yeah.
These idiots apparently jerry-rigged a lock seed for them to like have as a
like directly like summon a fully materialized Invis.
Yeah, apparently Sid taught them how to jerry-rig it so they don't get the small ones, they get the big ones.
Yeah. Thankfully, Team Baron also knew how to do this because Sonomura was gonna have their red Invis attack Mai and her.
Yeah, I think they did that in one of the earlier episodes.
Yeah. Oh, episode 16. Yeah,
there was an actual like Invis that attacked. That wasn't like that wasn't from the Rider fight. That was from Yeah.
But here it's like it's an Invis that's controlled directly by Sonomura, and thankfully a green Invis scared it off, which was being controlled by Zack. Man, Zack is the man.
Yeah, he finally starts pulling he finally starts making an appearance and leaving his mark in these episodes where he was just kind of there for the first couple. Now he's actually doing something.
Yeah, and also it's like on that subject, it's like if you thought Pico was a scummy character by using that slingshot of his, at least Pico never robbed a bank like Diva Talks in that one episode of Turbo. Like that was like so like that was so surreal watching for the first time when you're like watching Power Rangers Turbo, and in broad daylight, freaking Diva Talks herself, along with Elgar and Ryagog, are just robbing a bank in broad daylight. Because like you're so used to like Rita, Zed, Vile, the Machine Empire. They're like hanging up in the moon, making the monsters do the dirty work. But no, here, Diva Talks like right here on ground level, robbing a bank.
Yeah, I'm surprised no one noticed a fish-shaped submarine just floating around.
Yeah.
But
Bulk and Skull notice, but no one ever listens to them.
Yeah. But what's
like that
crazy
one time Carlos became a vampire.
Poor Mai and this whole freaking like she's just disgusted with how the writers have been or the dancers have all been acting. It's like, well, bruh, it's because of the beat writers. I'm like, yeah, but you guys never had any of them, so why the fuck are you acting like da 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 da? It's like she is just
people think we're the bad guys anyway, so may as well be bad guys.
She is so distraught in these episodes. Like it's kind of like, honey, I get it, but at the same time, you are taking on the world like by yourself. Yeah. I don't know.
And one thing I do appreciate about the string of episodes is that we actually get to see like all the teams in this episode. Like before, we knew about teams Gaim, Baron, Raid, Wild, Invito, and Red Hot solely because Gaim had Michi and Kota. Baron had Kaido, and now Zack. Raid Wild had Hase, while Invito had Jonochi as the only male member of the team.
Yeah,
and then we had Red Hot, which Bravo would have been if not for a certain attractive Frenchman.
Yeah. Like I said, Jonichi's a pig because he's the only guy on this crew of all girl dancers and one boy. And I'm
the difference is that he doesn't have the same riz as the captain of Squad 8, I think it was.
He's got desperate riz, man. He's just like he acts all suave, but deep down he's like he pulls a Zenitsu.
Yeah.
Not to disrespect my boy Zenitsu, but it's like he tries to act cool, but inside he gives like that whole like desperate Zenitsu vibe of "Don't leave me, don't abandon me, like don't like you know what I mean. You know what I mean. For all you Demon Slayer people who finish the manga and not waiting for the anime because that's gonna take forever. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know, like he really, he's got that desperate riz.
You know who's in the same situation but doesn't have that desperate riz? Shunsui Kyoraku from Bleach.
You can't put the captain of the court guard in that.
Because like he's the only male member of Squad 8. But at least he doesn't reek of desperation. He's just chilling.
He's just chilling, and I mean he's got a reason for having, these ladies from all of them from the same family. Like why they're there with him. There's a reason why. And it's not Janichio here who's like, I just want to be next to girls.
Yeah.
Which I'll go, okay, whatever. But poor my baby is just trying so hard to get them all together. But also this is the point in which again it's not diabolical, it's not horrible. I mean I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed that the fact that as always Tori found out about Ryugen.
I love the look on his face when he's like watching that video footage. It's like
and so he's like he found out he tried to beat up Sid, and it's just like Sid is just like motherfucker. What did you
like?
What did you expect?
I gave you the records of all of the other 6 writers.
You said in that episode, "Oh, records. You want to look at them? I don't need to." Fuck you. Okay.
Yeah. No. Tora looks like such a doofus.
Such a Chad.
Yeah, he's like, I can't believe my little brother's a writer.
Yeah.
Am I like the only person who did not know this?
Last episode, so there's no need to go into that of like just how stupid he sounds and like whatever. But the fact of the matter is that so he finally realizes it. He finally he accepts it, and he's like, all right. So I'm going to talk to Mitsuki. I'm going to talk to him. But you do it in the most bullshit way I could possibly imagine. Because again, the whole point of this arc is they are no longer kids. They are to become adults. And it's true. It's very true because also in this episode or in these Kuzo episodes, Kota's sister gets involved with Yggdrasil, not for her own will, not by her own will, but just by the fact that it's like, now they know, and they're playing hardball.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
But the fact of the matter is that I don't know what Takatora showed Michi. I don't know what. I don't know. I really don't know. But it's like, did you take him to the elephant graveyard? Did you take him to the land of dead Kongs on Skull Island? Did you show him like the imprisoned ninja zords in season 3 of Power Rangers.
Did you show him the island where they keep all the stone people from Game of Thrones season 5?
Yeah, like just it's like, you know, now you understand. Like what is he supposed? See, this is the thing that and I was talking to someone about this like just this week. Because he was talking about just like when because he had served in our military at a young age, a certain point in time that not a lot of Americans, you know, they recognize, but they didn't respect them coming back, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And it's like, so because he's like, yeah, well, isn't that kind of what happened with our generation, that you sent children into war? And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, you know, they sent us overseas, they did all this stuff, and we come back, but we're seen as kids. Couldn't enjoy a beer, couldn't vote, couldn't do anything. But over
I remember
there,
hearing that somewhere.
Yeah. So it's like, that's exactly what I thought when Takatora told Michi, and like, I don't know what he showed him, but it's like, bro, here's the thing about Michi, okay? Out of him and Kota, while Kota has this like starry-eyed, I gotta be the hero, I gotta protect everyone, I gotta be like I gotta be the hero that we deserve, he's still somewhat grounded in reality and understands now he gets what has to happen and what needs to happen, and realizing that, you know what, I am the hero, now I have to carry this burden, and this burden is mine to carry alone. While Michi, he talks the talk,
but does he walk the walk?
He understands it, because he's trying to be the man, but he's being the man with like 6 pairs of gloves on his hands. Like he's trying to, no, see, this is the thing. When you're trying to save everyone, you can't save everyone. But now you're trying to please everybody.
And when you try to please everyone, you please nobody.
Yeah, that's even worse. Because it's like, you know, Michi goes and talks to Kota and says, Kota, are you sure? Like, you know, I mean, we could like, you know, live normal lives. Like, but Kota's like, no, we got to protect people. Who are you going to protect, Michi? And he's like, protect? Like, yeah, who are you trying to protect? He had no answer. Kota wants to protect Mai. He wants to protect the dance group. He wants to protect the city. He wants to protect his family. While Michi is like, he's like the soldier, but he's like, you know, trying to be like the decorated soldier, but you have no cause. You have no.
Yeah, you haven't done anything to get the decoration.
You have no path. Is your thing. You are a warrior, but you have no path. While Kota is just like whatever, but he knows what he needs to do. And that's the thing that I'm like, Takatora, did you really just throw the world onto this boy's shoulders? Because he is a boy. I understand when Kota now finally realizes what he needs to do. But Mitsuki, no. He's just a boy, and he acts like it in these episodes because he's trying to please. That's what a child does. He tries to please everybody. He tries to play both sides, but you can't do that. You can't do that, Mitsuki. You can't. And even in these episodes, it's kind of just like, well,
yeah.
How do we get everyone together? How do we? I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, and so Kota, he's struggling to like use the lemon energy lock seed, but like when he needs to confront Sonomura about like trying to freaking rob banks, it's like Sonomura doesn't take it so well, so he summons a fully grown invis from a jury-rigged mango lock seed. Yeah, and of course it mutates because, like, of course you're gonna lose control, you know, and like Kota's just like struggling to fight it off, and then his faceplate just falls off. Like, I hope you have your gift receipt, and that's when you realize, wait a minute. Oh my god, I think I figured it out.
Like, why did we need the faceplate?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have my orange Loxy right now. I'm sorry, guys, but energy. Hold on. So it's really cool that you see like the basic lemon energy for armor drop down, but Koda's orange armor like jumps up and to combine into like a massive citron armor and like comes down. He's like, ooh, he's got a fancier armor now.
Yeah, it's a very like daimyo kind of shogunist type of armor. How it looks. It looks more like something that Nobunaga would wear. It's a very Nobunaga style.
Yeah, which is funny because like I think we pretty much established that Haida would be Nobunaga, Michi would be Hideyoshi, while Koda would be Ieyasu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I mean, it looks cool. It really does.
Yeah.
It really does look like it. It looks like more of an upgrade. Where this was where he was a samurai. Now he looks like a
more of a
like he has gone up a rank. You know the Gaim Jinba Lemon Arms.
Yeah. Yeah. And I actually appreciate that. And like of course naturally he gets the sonic arrow and what's really cool is that like you see the little like lemon orange. You know, it's like I like to imagine that the two brothers from Bullet Train were inspired by that scene because you know we got lemon and tangerine.
Yeah.
But who's the real Duncan?
Yeah.
Michi.
Michi. But he winds up beating the monster, and everyone's like, you know, oh, next episode, because now we're getting into the whole our darling beautiful stunt woman turned actress Yoko has now appeared. The Peachy has now fallen from the tree.
Yeah, so now Michi's first mission as a full member of Yggdrasil is you know Kota's Sengoku driver, I need you to retrieve it.
You're sending a boy to do a man's
job. Heck, you're sending a boy to do a stunt woman's job.
Okay.
You're sending a boy to do a paratrooper's job.
Okay. That's fine. I mean, you really want, because apparently prove you're like, you know what? I'm like, even me, I'm like, as Michi, I love you, my sweet, sweet boy, but god damn it, I'm a no. I have ex-military here who are more than capable. And yet I send the boy.
Yeah. So Michi using a voice.
Talk about a total Chaz moment. This motherfucker just summoned an armored dragon level 8, while this motherfucker just sent out 2 Ojamas. And no support. So
the irony is that Chaz Princeton could defeat an armored dragon deck using an Ojama deck.
Again, for those who don't know how to play Ojamas, it's like you just sent them out for no reason. Just the Ojamas. No supports, no nothing. Just the Ojamas.
You know, I remember there was this one card similar to the Ojamas, but I don't remember what it was called. But I always hated that card because it was like a level 5 monster with 100 attack, 100 defense, and no effects.
Yeah. Don't know what that was. I do remember.
Yeah,
I don't remember
it's like I would assume that there might be some kind of spell card.
Nope.
That would work with it.
Nope.
God knows what that card is, because I wouldn't know. Because I know there's like it's like a red man silhouette on what looks like a transparent like paper airplane. He's like level 5, 100 attack, 100 defense, normal type.
Yeah, that's what he does. That's what Tori does. Sends his little brother trying because he thinks it's gonna be so easy. I'm like, if your brother couldn't just talk him out of the belt, what makes you think he's gonna make it take? Although I'm like, you know what, Michi, what's with the Dr. Claw like way of doing this?
He does a voice changer.
What is with the Dr. Claw like levels of like just, and he's wearing black as he's doing. I'm like, what? Michi,
bro, I know you try to heel turn, but there are like more subtle ways you could.
It's like that little
illustrate.
kid knew that like he used to play Roblox. Now he's all about Marilyn Manson and 9 Inch Nails. Which I'm like, how the hell do you know about Marilyn Manson and 9 Inch Nails? Like, how the hell do you like where? Your parents weren't goth and emo. They were a chola and a fucking jock. How the hell do you know about that? It's like for some freaking reason.
I saw a poster of it while walking past a Hot Topic.
I guess he just does the whole like it's kind of like the Cobra Commander type voice, and he tells them that he must grab the belt from those Joes.
And what is it for me? Well,
or if anything,
you like the melon like guy, yes? Yes, I do.
Or
like
if
the
anything, it's
guy.
more like the Dr. Claw type voice.
I used to be able to do that, but like right now, like I have like a nasal infection, so it's like I can't really like do like the guttural voice. It's like, I know. Son gets it. Wait, you mean a white rider with a melon armor?
You trying to go like the Skeletor way, just like the we'll get you, He-Man. Like, Michi, stop it! What are you doing?
Well, I'll do the job if you could dox the melon man for me.
Even our best boy Alphonse Pierre is just like, this is a bit much even for me. Yeah. And I'm wearing a fur boa. I'm like, yeah. But he's just like, what's in it for me if you get Kota's Sengoku driver for me, I will dox Zangetsu. You mean the melon guy with the white armor? Yes. Catch my heart, very melon. I never saw someone get so erect on TV before. Like he just went. Like it was just, dude, all he needs now is the sparkles, the roses, and the little just like he is just all for it.
Mm-hmm.
And what we must do is kidnap Kota's sister, which I was like, oh yeah, he has a sister. I didn't say I forgot about her, but I'm like, oh yeah, what's she doing? And I'm thinking we're about to do a whole Taken thing. Someone call Liam Neeson. Yeah. And I was just like, which it kind of did because Kota's is like, again, what's with this like all the time? It's like he's at the Angel Grove juice bar, just kind of enjoying a fruit salad. Oh, to get a call from Michi. I'm like, did you use your cell phone or did you use an encrypted cell phone, Michi?
Mm-hmm.
Because knowing you, I would imagine you called him from your cell phone.
But you just press star 67.
But it's like, yeah, we have your sister, blah, blah, blah. Like, you must bring the Sengoku driver and blah, blah, blah. All right. And we're thinking, oh, crap. It really is a standoff because Alphonse Pierre has her hostage.
Yeah, and Yoko's with them. And, like, Yoko with Oran together.
Give me the belt or your sister gets it. And, again, he throws the girl. I'm like, wait, you're just gonna give him her sister? He's not gonna give you the belt. It's not her.
Yeah, it's Yoko all along.
Yoko. It was Yoko. It was me, Yoko. I'm like, this is even better than being a man with blonde hair and a future vampire. I accept this one.
Kodo Yokoda.
Yeah, it's like, okay. Only for it's like, again, here comes the shadow calling. It's like, look southwest, blah blah blah, and you'll see.
And like Yoko has to point it out to him.
I'm like, you're giving him coordinates.
Yeah, and it's like, you can see like the sister, like you can see, and you could see like his sister eating at the Charmant while being supervised by
her to be like tied up with a ball gag or something. She's got her cheeks stuffed, but it's all with cake. She is eating literal pastries.
And Jinochi's like, oh, is that the high sign? Guess I better, so I better get right to it. So,
oh, tell me you don't. Is that the one?
Yeah, unfortunately, like you actually need the CSM version to like do the full jingle because this is the CSM lock seed, but this is the DX. So you actually get the sound where it goes like.
I do not have that soundbite. God damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was like, and again, we kind of think like, wait a minute, what the hell happened? It's like, so our boy Pierre was like, you know what? While I do agree with your plan, I don't agree with you disrespecting my bakery and my lovely patrons enjoying their food. So you told me all I need to do is to get the belt from him. Well, I'll just take it from him if he's not going to give it. And I'm like, yeah, but see, you're rocking the Durin. He's rocking 2 citrus fruits now.
Yeah.
So.
Monsieur Citron. Yeah, and like really quick aside, earlier, Michi and Yoko did have a conversation about the chain of command where it's like, her direct supervisor is Dr. Waring, but the head of the entire project is Takatora.
Yeah.
So what's up? Yeah.
So who does she listen to?
Yeah. So
but at the same time, it's like, okay, if that is the case, Takatora wants the belt, and Dr. Waring kind of is like, whatever, I really don't care. So shouldn't it go by that? Like, well, what's Michi? Michi is your junior.
Mm-hmm.
You're his senpai. He's your kohai. There's really nothing for you to be like. Michi should just realize what the fuck he's doing, because she goes and scolds him, telling him like, you're a boy in an adult world. You need to realize what the fuck is going on. Because as of right now, you don't get it.
Yeah. So at first, Kota like barely defeats Bravo. Then he has to fight Malika, and then like you got Michi like right there, like he's right there. It's like, Michi, where are you? And Michi's like standing right there. God damn it! I like this would be a lot less difficult if Michi was here. And then like Michi shows up. It's like, Michi, you're here. Help me. It's like, and even like Malika's like, Michi, I need you.
He's like, I need you to take the shot. You have a clear shot. And he's just like, again, this is your plan, your setup, your everything. And all you needed to do was knock him out or whatever. But you wound up shooting Yoko.
It's like, and it's like, tell Dr. Waring he doesn't give me orders. And then she's like, Dr. Waring. Oh, wink.
I would imagine he would.
Mm-hmm.
What? So you think just because Takatora is the shogun, the daimyo, you think that you can you bypass all of them because you're his little brother?
Well, it's like this. It's like your direct supervisor has priority, in terms of chain of command. I know it sounds weird because it's like, actually outside of the military, like your most immediate supervisor is like the one you need to prioritize if there's a conflict of command, because if your immediate supervisor and a higher ranking supervisor give you conflicting orders, you have to follow your immediate supervisor's orders.
You go.
But if something bad happens because you chose their command over someone who's higher ranking than that, then guess who's the one in trouble? Not you. It's your supervisor, because they were responsible for you.
Yeah, so it's like, again, it's happened in my situation too. Like, people ask me, well, who do I listen to? You're our boss. You're the guy who tells us what to do, or the orders, right? Like, yeah. But this guy over here, and I'm like, well, I told you first, and my orders came from the main guy, which is the head of our department. So that is what we're going to do. Is what so-and-so said, well, that's he needs to find someone else to do that because we got no time for that. Yeah. And if you want, send it my way. But either way, yeah, that's kind of what I was just like, Michi, you really think that you surpassed Dr. Waring and Yoko in terms of like what it is you can get away with.
And then naturally, of course, afterwards, Yoko scolds Michi that like, you can't just get things done without getting your hands dirty. You will have to get your hands dirty. Yeah. And it's like you could tell like Michi, like it's basically like he wants to maintain plausible deniability where it's like, oh, I have to appease the Yggdrasil, but I don't want my friends to think I'm a traitor, which you totally are.
You already are, man. I mean, the fact that your brother already he saw what you had on your computer. He saw what like you already are because you accepted it because you're just like you even did this plan, so you were already a traitor. So either or.
Yeah. But, it's like how long do you think the plausible deniability will last you?
Not very long.
Be honest with yourself, and of course, like Takatora, like basically transfers the chain of command that Michi now has to answer directly to Dr. Waring. So it's like, now, whatever Dr. Waring says, you have to do, Michi. You put yourself in that position.
Yeah.
Put yourself in that position. And, and of course, like, freaking Koda's sister's, like, none the wiser about the whole thing.
Good for her. Good for her, because she doesn't need to know what the fuck happened.
Yeah,
but which was kind of weird, because when we go into the next episode, because, this was towards the end, the next episode started off, I was like, wait, did I skip an episode? Because it kind of just dove right into something that I was like, wait, what?
Yeah,
we finished off, and now we're like, now a bunch of Invis are attacking, and Koda's fighting in the same place where, again, like, it's kind of to prove that Toei kind of like filmed in the same locations over and over. I'm like, isn't this where so-and-so fought? Isn't this where like an Ultraman and a Sentai team, several of them have already battled? And it's like, wait, didn't you fight the Ram in this area already, Kota? But only for him to like, okay, yeah, they're trying to protect the people and blah blah blah. Only for the people to be freaked out by them because they're dangerous or they're monsters or whatever. Because again, the whole thing is the populace is stupid. Because again, if you're not the problem, then you try to find someone who is the problem and blame them.
Yeah.
Even though you saw this kid fight and destroy the monster, you still look at him like a threat.
Yeah. For me, So the only thing like freaking what's her name can do, Maya, at this point is just try to get all the teams to do one last High School Musical before they graduate from high school. And so you got Team Gaim, Baron, Raid Wild, even though like they're down to like only 2 people left.
You know, this is the thing that was like, you know, if it wasn't true, I would kind of say this episode was like really unnecessary because just plot wise and everything, this kind of would feel like official filler.
Only one thing of significance happens in this episode.
Only one thing.
Only one thing. And it's not even significant in this episode as much as it's significant in future episodes.
The fact that, like, again, society looks at the beat writers and everyone like that, monsters, even the dance teams, you know, that they're all like, again, it was Baron, it was Gaim, it was, you know, it was, you know, all
Brady Wild, In Vito.
There was at least like 4 or 5 teams that did this, and I know the rest of
you like that had like the most focus.
Yeah, but the rest of you are like, okay, you guys are, because again, you guys are just you're dancers,
you're just fodder.
You're just fodder at that point, and I get it. You guys have a right to be mad. You guys have a right to be upset because now it's like you guys took the dance away to focus on fighting. And now that the fighting causes all this nonsense to happen, all this like people getting attacked and turning into plants and everything, now no one goes to the dances anymore because you 4 idiots fucked it up because it was all just a big game to you guys. And it's like, again, Mai is just trying to bring
technically 5 because Red Hot was also involved, but it's very obvious that Team Red Hot, we don't talk about Team Red Hot anymore.
But they were involved still, but it was just like still, I'm like, Mai, that's all she can do because again, she tries to get them all together and be like, we got to do it, guys. We got to, like, this is like an after school special right here. This is literally like an after school special, only for it to blow up in her face because no one wants to do it because they're like, where's Baron? I don't see Baron at this little firefight.
And then it's later revealed that like Kaido quit Team Baron and put Zack in charge. I'll say this. If someone were to take over, I'm glad it's Zack because Zack is not the douchiest member of Team Baron, but he's also not the most noble yet. Yeah, so what's it called? So yeah, like, but we don't just get Gaim, Baron, Wild, and Invito. We also get Team Soten, Team Pop-Up, and Team Boost involved. And in case you don't know who any of them are, don't worry about it. Like, basically, like, Team Soten are basically, like, samurai-themed troop. And, like, this is the first time we ever see them. Team Pop-Up, they all have, like, it's an all-girls team where, like, they wear all white. And $30 says that all of them are members of either Rider Girls or AKB8.
Yeah, especially during this time.
Yeah, but, and of course, Team Boost is just, well, you know, like the 5 cartels in Corinth needed the Yo-Yo Boys.
Yeah, it's like, who's available on set that wants to be on this show? Like, we need another dance troupe. Because it's like, yeah, all the rest of these dance troops really don't stick out unless it's the girls. Because I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Now I know I'm a red hot-blooded man, and I'm like, but these girls look like they should not be dancing on they look more like a professional level.
Yeah. Team Pop-Up look way more professional than Team Invito.
Everyone else. I'm sorry. I'm like, I know, I get it, and call me a pig, but I'm just like, these girls are a million times more hotter than anyone else on like any dance troupe. Like these are like like what I keep forgetting the term, the models that they use for Sentai and Riders. Gavure. Yeah, there's just like Gavure levels of like of girls. I'm like, oh, I'm expecting to see fucking Mai from Kiba, Mama Mai. I'm like,
yeah. See, it's like this. Team Invito is what you would expect to see from an all girls team where it's like even May looks like freaking America Ferrera from Ugly Betty.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like they all wear pink with their leather tasseled vests, like very appropriating Buffalo Exchange or American Iguana. But then you got freaking Team Pop Up, which look like they belong on like
they should be performing on a national stage.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, no, I mean, I know that I don't recall if the Kamen Rider girls were still a thing. I mean, I think they still were, but not as May, or started to like fizzle down a bit. But it did seem that way because I was just like, well, I mean, one of these things just doesn't belong here.
Yeah, so, Team Pop Up feels way.
They got more. I'm like, damn, they got the best hairstylist and makeup artist, didn't they? So I'm just like, yeah, okay, moving on.
Yeah.
Only for them to be like, no, because Baron's, and we're not dancing with Kaito, we're not dancing with Baron because they started the war and they started. I'm like, well, they're not wrong. They're not wrong. I mean, it's like Baron with Kaito was pretty much that whole like the strong will survive. I'm like, Kaito, you're dancing. Unless this is like unless this is Squid Games and you got a freaking bomb collar strapped to your neck, where the hell are you dying in the game of dance?
Yeah. And by the way, I just looked it up. Team Pop Up are in fact all members of Kamen Rider girls.
It's confirmed.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew it. Yeah, I saw a few. I'm like, wait, she looks familiar.
Yeah. I mean, for me, the big hint was the pencil skirts and then knee-high boots.
Like, these girls are too like freaking.
Yeah, they look way too AKB.
Yeah. Again, they stick out way more than anyone else. That's what I was just like. No. Yeah. This is either Kamen Rider girls or like some idol group that like was also big at the time. So. Again, Love Live was big around this time. So.
Yeah, and now Oshinoko is the big thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, not much happens other than our boy Alphonse Pierre calling out the dancers, and because no one bothered to show up, even though they got Baron, like you said, Kaito left the group. He's like, I'm out of here. Just like Justin Timberlake with his group, he's like, I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, and it's like maybe one of you guys could be the focus of a Robot Chicken skit, but me, I'm out of here. Deuces.
I'm gonna go date Japanese Britney Spears and possibly regret it later on in life.
Yeah, so. I'm gonna make a movie with Mila Kunis that is very similar, though very superior to a movie that her best friend did with Ashton Kutcher.
Crazy how that is, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, and to add this onslaught of apophedia, Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis used to date. So,
well, they're married now.
Are they?
Yeah, they're married.
Mila and Ashton?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. What? Where have you been? They tied the knot like a long time ago.
And so you got Mila's best friend having a no strings attached with her future husband / TV boyfriend. And so she is doing a much superior yet very similar Friends with Benefits with Justin Timberlake.
But it's
the same year.
It's Mila Kunis, just like I would go running to the theater.
And the year before, they were both in Black Swan and both pregnant.
Yeah. Even though Black Swan is just the live action version of what was that movie? Blue.
Perfect Blue.
Perfect Blue. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the ballet version of Whiplash.
Yeah. But yeah, so again, not much happens in this episode other than Alphonse Pierre calling out the riders or calling out the dancers. But you know what it is though? again I applaud our boy Alphonse Pierre for this. Is that although it did come off as mean, like him just saying like, "See, you're all a bunch of hacks and a bunch of nutball," you know what? And just like calling them out and just like no one cares. Everyone's like, "Oh." He himself is an artist.
Yep.
He gets it. He understands it.
Yeah, I mean, ballet did come from France.
The thing is that he was like, I'm gonna be a dick, I'm gonna be an asshole, but I'm gonna do that to lure out Baron and Gaim to come out. But what that will do is spark the light of hope within the people.
Yeah, because so it's like at first, like they're all in like in an empty warehouse. At first, they're all in an empty warehouse. And it's like, let's dance. And it's like, we're all in this together. Da, da, da,
but the thing is that Mai couldn't do it. She got everyone together, but it wasn't until Alphonse Pierre came in and just kind of kicked everyone in the ass via the stream, telling them like, you know, hey, it got them all there, right? And even though fucking Junichi tried to fucking ruin it by taking the damn SIM card out of the player.
Yeah, just like that one dude from Forrest Gump when he was at the Washington Memorial.
Alphonse Pierre lit the fire underneath their asses because when the music was pulled out, they could have stopped. They go, damn it, no. 1, 2, 3.
No, everyone was like,
they just started West Side Story. They just literally just started like,
buddy, a boy making big noise, banging on the street, gonna be a big man someday.
How did they choreograph this? How did they do it? Like all these dance groups just know this dance. It's just like, yeah, they when did you guys have a time to actually get together and make a choreograph?
Yeah, and then even during during the skirmish, the girls are like, hey, Jonochi, you're here. You're here just in time. And they pull to like the highest podium of the entire.
She puts the CD back. She's like, "Oh, this must have fallen."
And here's the card conveniently here. And then as soon as it gets to the chorus, somehow Jonochi's able to just like synchronize with everyone else. It's like,
yeah,
okay.
The power. I have to do it, Mom. I have to dance. Just like, okay. Apparently everyone knows this dance. Okay. All right.
It's like I can suspend my disbelief that everyone else could choreograph because for all we know, a week has passed off screen since they first agreed to do the dance together. But Jonochi was still hating with Oran. When did he have time?
I don't know. That's the thing. Like they all just must know this dance, I guess. You know, it just is a thing. But regardless, I mean, like Kota and Kaito are over here getting their asses kicked or kicking ass, and you know, again, Alfonso gets his ass kicked again.
Oh, and Zach gets one of those mass-produced Sengoku drivers.
Gets a Sengoku driver, and he is
Kirumi Arms, Mr. Knuckleman.
I was kind of wondering when he was going to show up.
Yeah,
I was like, when is this going to? And again, they go in this whole fight, and you know, the power of dance, and just you know, they win, and they do it, and the live stream goes well. They raised money for the youth center, I guess, because everyone's just going crazy, like, oh my god. Well, again, Baron and Gaim are over here getting reamed in the back by a Patissier and his Invis, only for them to like win. And next thing you know,
Duke shows up.
Yeah, shoot, like he was like, yeah, I want you to transform back. I know that we kind of wrapped up the episode, but we're not really. Put that belt back on because we're gonna go at it. And yeah. Like, can this poor bastard get a break? No, he can't.
And like Koda, like good for Koda. He's like, I'm not gonna listen to you. So he fights him unmorphed at first.
Yeah, ballsy for you.
Yeah,
but
but
he winds up morphing, and Baron shows up to help him out, only for him to like disappear and run away for now.
Yeah,
and then we find out who he is.
Yeah, it's Dr. Waring.
It's the good doctor.
Yeah,
It's the doctor. So it's Yoko, who is like, Miss I'm a Swiss Army
Monica.
knife and I can do anything. We have Takatora, the head of the Project Yggdrasil.
I'm a melon of a different color.
It's like Dr. Waring, the man who invented all this shit.
Mr. Sour himself.
And then you have Sido, who is the drug dealer who caused this bullshit to happen.
The one with strings attached.
Along with strings attached. And there you go. You have your Mighty Morphin Fruit Rangers right there. You have a fruit salad right there. Which, it doesn't sound too bad, honestly.
Yeah. And of course, like DJ Saga is like, hey, listen to how cool these guys are. They all synchronize. Of course, we're not going to have any more Invis fights, but look how cute they are dancing around like that. Of course, the crowd is going wild. And of course, like Kota and Michi are having a heart-to-heart. It's like I love, like Kota's like, it's like, Michi, you are my best friend, and I love Mai so much. And he's like, yeah, I love having friends with you. Yeah, you are lucky to have friends like me.
Although it's kind of crazy how like Michi in the past episode was like having an inner monologue about how like I like at this point like being an adult and like how are you an adult, Michi? How? I'm not mad at you, man. I am just kind of disappointed. I really am. I'm kind of just like what.
Any man who says I am an adult is no true adult.
Nope. You don't say it, you show it.
Tywin Lannister.
Yep. But yeah, we're now on the last episode of this review.
Yeah, so of course Kota and Kaido just like try to like infiltrate Yggdrasil again by using the Force as the back entrance. Again, remember how in Fives you could just waltz right into the boardroom?
Yeah.
And of course they get like intercepted by an ambush by Sid using a bunch of tulip hoppers. It sounds just as dumb. It sounds just as dumb as it actually looks. It's a bunch of Urkage troopers on what basically are two-legged.
Understand what I was looking at? I thought that these tulips, like they were going to be the AT-ATs or something like that from Star Wars, like type of like Imperial like forest walker. No, they're pogo sticks. They're literal pogo sticks. Just like what are they doing? What's going on? It's like they're just hopping around and just like they could lock together and kind of make a spinny top, sort of. Like and that's like I've never seen a tulip lock seat. I've never seen one. I didn't even know such a thing exists. I don't even know if such a thing exists at your local Toys R Us.
See, I never collected the vehicle ones.
But they do exist, though.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Because I've never.
Even the tulip one exists. But when I've been collecting lock seeds, I never bothered getting the vehicle ones because
I never knew about the rose or the cherry blossom or the tulip. I never knew about these. All I ever saw were the fruit and the seeds. That's it. So that's what I was kind of like.
Yeah. Yeah, so they get promptly kicked out. And who's there to greet them but DJ Saga? It's like, hey, it's that kid I gave the lemon energy lock seed to. How you doing? Are you getting that secret fruit? Anyways, I'm going to help you out. Kaido, you could have this. It's like, you're giving me one of those tulip hoppers? Yeah, that's going to help you somehow. And of course, like, so the two of them just go straight back in there, and somehow now using just one of those tulip hoppers, they defeat like 5 other dudes in one go. It's like, really? Is having one tulip hopper like that make that much of a difference? Is having 5 of them even that much of a difference?
I don't know, because I was just like, I could, again, I didn't believe what I was seeing, that this is a thing, with these lock seeds. I thought it was gonna be some type of like weapon or something. Like, no, it's just a pogo stick. That's it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
all.
but what's really cool is Kaido makes a diversion for Koda to advance ahead by allowing Koda to give him the Suika lock seed. And what's really interesting is how, like, unlike Koda's, which has like a double watermelon blade, Kaido has like this giant watermelon broadsword.
Yeah.
So he fights Sid while Koda encounters Shin Zangetsu, and of course the two of them fight. You're evil. You think I'm evil? Huh? Interesting. And of course, he promptly gets his butt kicked, and he unmorphs, revealing himself to be some guy Koda's never met before.
And who is this guy?
Who knows? I mean, he has the same haircut as Michi, but he's definitely not Michi. He looks too manly to be Michi. Yeah. Yeah. Meanwhile, Kaido does reach the projection room, where like the portal room of Yggdrasil headquarters, and just before Sid is about to like attack him from behind, Dr. Warren's like, "Stop! I want to talk to this kid. I like him." And that's where we end the episode.
We also kind of forgot that Dr. Waring told Tori, like, let's leave Michi as a spy.
Yeah.
Because it's best for us to have someone on the inside than kind of just wondering what their plan is and what they're gonna do. Because again, even in the last episode, they were planning on invading the forest of Helheim for more lock seeds or more fruits to help them in their endeavors, only for Michi to go and tell his big brother, like, hey, this is what's happening. Just want to let you know.
Yeah.
I'm very disappointed in you, Michi. I really am. I'm really disappointed in you. Yeah. I don't know if I could ever look at you the same way again.
Yeah. Well, get used to the disappointment. It's only going to go downhill from here.
Well, let's do it.
All right. So, what do you think is going to happen next?
Besides more disappointment?
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know, because as of right, again, you could tell that in the last review that we did, we had so much fun reviewing it and going back through everything. These episodes kind of just felt like just like not much happened. I was kind of like, oh, what's next? What's gonna happen? Like not really nothing much. It just kind of like it's setting up. It's setting up for future drama. Which, okay, I get it, I understand it, and I love it. It just kind of, I would just wish you guys could have kept that momentum going.
Yeah.
But again, we must wait. We must wait.
Yeah. So as I've said before, before Gaim, watching Kamen Rider was really touch and go, where it's like I have to look in a lot of different places just to be able to watch the show. And some places it's like we like for whatever season, you would get to a certain episode and then they would just stop for like several weeks. And then so like you fall several episodes behind and you either feel panicked to catch up, or you lose interest in the season altogether. Like I said, by the time when I was finished with Wizard, you know, like they were already like midway through Gaim. I would have to say I started watching Gaim like from episode 1 around the time when episode 23 or 24 started airing. And yeah, so I finally found the method in which I'm currently using to watch the episodes on a weekly basis. But again, I had to like binge watch just to catch up. And I don't think I even like caught up until we got to like episode 30-ish, 32 maybe, somewhere in that ballpark. But with that in mind, it was around the 20s where I started to really enjoy watching Gaim. Because it's like at first, it's like I'm not digging the whole dancing thing. And yeah, there was that one-off episode where like you're trying to find that one mutated Invis. But I did not really care for most of it other than just Oron Pierre Alfonso being Oron Pierre Alfonso. It's like he's like that thin lifeline that's keeping me afloat in the first 20-ish episodes of Gaim. And I'm gonna be honest, like I honestly think that when people say Gaim is their favorite season or Gaim is like such an awesome season, they're only thinking about like the latter 27 episodes out of 47.
Well, yeah, no, that's I absolutely agree because when people talk about Gaim, they say they hype it up to be this amazing, and that's the thing that I got on my social media from people that they are like, oh my god, like Gaim, like I've wanted to hear you guys talk about Gaim and blah, and I'm like, I get it. I understand, and it's like, you know what? I feel it that way because again, in the beginning, it was very like, you know, it's a very childish way of thinking, and then we must go again, and I've been told that later on it's going to be a lot more dramatic, a lot more.
It's like if you really think about it, it's like this season is like a Caterpie lifeline. It's like the first 11 episodes is like you got the Caterpie phase, and then like episodes 12 through 20-ish. Like I don't want to like because like okay, episode 23 like is a damn good episode. Like so, I don't want to like discredit the entire second arc, but I would have to say at least the first half of the second arc is just a meta power. It's like we're getting to that mature aspect that everyone loves, but you have to sit through the whole metapod phase where like all it knows is how to use Harden. Once it finally becomes that Butterfree phase, it's like you can enjoy that stun spore, that sleep powder, that poison powder, that side beam, that silver wind, depending on which game you're playing. But like, you have to sit through that metapod phase where all you can do is Harden.
Yeah, no, that's really is how these episodes are because again, we got the whole excitement. Now it's just a little bit of a dry spell, kind of a. Come on, man! Where was that? Where was that hype in the beginning?
Yeah.
Where is it? Which again, some people did tell me that was one of Gaim's problems. It's like once you get to this part, you're gonna be so excited, and then finally, when you get to like these X amount of episodes, that it varies between people.
Yeah, see, like for me, Ghost is like the exact opposite of this, where it's like the first 13 episodes are great. The next couple of episodes feel like they're trying to build up to something good, but then the entire second half of the season's just, at least to me, is very boring. While Gaim is kind of like the opposite, where it's like the first quarter is like mid, the second actually, I gotta do this right. The first arc is mid. And then the second arc is just.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
Jerry.
And then like the final half, the entire final half is just. Yeah, so like, we just gotta sit through that part,
Well, that's story building. That is literal story building, because you can't just have the excitement in the beginning. That's not how it works. There is the rising, there's the starting, then there's the confrontation, and there's the rising action, and finally the dropping
and then
action.
the climax, and then the falling action. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So
we all know the bell curve, but like,
pretty much that is what's happening. That is what's happening here. So
it's just like there are ways to do it without like losing the momentum. For example, like honestly, like for me, like for 0-1, the second arc is my most favorite. The one where the human gears have to do like the 5 occupation challenges against humans with like those Zaya specs. It's like, it may feel like filler, and God knows it practically is. But the thing is, they do discuss very interesting implications, and they do a better job building up to like the third arc without losing that momentum. Yeah. Here it's like, and again, like the first arc is okay. The entire second half is good, but that second quarter is just you just gotta like muscle through it for 3 months, or in our case, 3 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah. Geez, like for me, it's like, give episode 16 a 7. It's not a bad episode. It's just there. Episode 17, a 10. It's perfection. Like Oran Pierre Alfonso is just like the goat of the episode. The remaining 2 episodes are just like 8s because they're decent, but like nothing's really happening.
No, other than just the small little sparks that happened.
Yeah.
Nothing exciting, honestly, legitimately happened.
How about you? Like, what score would you give these 4 episodes?
I give them all like 7s.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue against you on those. I'm not gonna complain about it. I mean, I am obviously a lot more lenient to episode 17 just because of the Oran Pierre Alfonso aspect, because this show is nothing without this guy. If
Pierre was not there, then I would have just dropped it down to like a 5. Like, I'm giving it a 7 just because of Pierre. That's it.
Like Oran Pierre Alfonso is just like
nothing else. There's nothing else that happened in this that was like worth this happened.
Yeah, and again, like I was like so quick to like catch up to Gaim the first time watching it that like while I'm on this viewing, I'm like, man, Takatora is such a jobber, as it turns out. It's like I expected more from this character. Like, he's even in the first Vista Next of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what happened to you, bro? Heck, he even had his own stage performance thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, why? Why exactly? Why? All right, let's go to the comments. Let's see what you guys thought about these episodes. More dancing? No one cares about that. We just want more Bravo and more violence.
That's what we've been saying since like episode 9.
That's what we've been saying since episode 8. Actually, no, episode 7.
That's, I mean, bless her heart. You know, she's
her trying heart, to be. She's
her heart is in the right place. I'm not gonna lie, but it's like no one cares. I mean, you all don't get it. Okay, I mean, yeah, you're right. We must bring hope to the people, and the dance will probably take their minds off of what's going on. But at the same time, it's like,
It's
I
like
mean,
it's like remember that scene from Digimon Zero Two when Blackboard Greymon saves a single flower from Mammothmon?
yeah, it's like,
Yeah, mine would be that flower.
yeah, because that's pretty much Kota trying to save. And again, it's like, why? It's just something to keep the people distracted, I guess. Well, yeah, but at the same time, it's like it feels like unofficial, like official filler that we're still trying to make the dance a thing, which it is a thing, but it's not really the thing that we need to be focusing on so much.
No, no. It's a background thing by this point, and not even that.
Yep.
Yeah. I like spider lilies. Good
They're
for you.
beautiful. They're beautiful.
They're lovely. TV wise, Ryuki had only 10 writers. That much is true.
Yeah, but with I mean, you could argue with Gaim they reused so, but then again, XA did the same thing. So did Ghost and many others. Like they just took the same outfits and just customized them differently or painted them differently.
True.
You know?
But at least like
Because
we have
if you look
all
at
of them
it,
on screen.
that's just Gaim. That's just Baron. That's just so and so in like a different color. But yeah,
I'll give credit to Gates. At least they justify like the fact that like they're like repainting the same 7 helmets and just keep reusing them by like killing off characters permanently or permanently taking away their ability to become riders, so you never have to like make a second helmet and or paint the old helmet back to its original color.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah. Michi is so insufferable.
He was kind of annoying in these episodes. I'm not gonna lie.
He does give off Joffrey vibes.
In Michi. I really am.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember how cute he was in episode 4, where he's like, "I want to be there for my friends because my friends won't be there for themselves," and then he becomes a writer for the first time.
Yeah, and he just comes an ass. Yeah.
Nolish Demon says, "What's up? What's up, Nolish? How you doing?" Let's see. Catch my heart, very melon. Very melon, yeah! Melting in your mouth, very melon. Very melon. Okay, we're done. Okay, and lastly, Takatora is cool, stoic, and tough, but he has Jon Snow levels of knowing nothing.
Yeah. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's like you're hoping he'd be more like Jorah Mormont, maybe. But nope, he just knows nothing.
Yeah,
he just knows nothing. At least Zach Tarth stepped up. Okay, that's it for the comments, guys. We hope you enjoyed. If you did so, please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Ding the bell icon to stay notified for our latest videos. We do Ultraman Arc on Mondays, Kamen Rider Gabu on Wednesdays, Bakuage Sentai Boom Boom Draw on Thursdays, and Kamen Rider Gaim on Sundays. And yes, so next week we're doing the next 4 episodes, which will close us off in the second arc. We're finally going to get past that point of ridiculousness.
Now we get to the point where everyone is just like, yes, this is the best part. I'm like,
finally we're getting to the good stuff. Yeah.
We'll be the judges of that.
We'll be the judges of that, yes. But it's also after that point where the lineup gets a little bit messy. And as I'm like trying to finish making the thumbnails, it's like, damn, this is really messy. And we blame it on you, Gaim. We blame this on you, Toei. Don't blame this on us. We're just trying to be as coherent and consistent as possible. So you don't have to
not allowing us.
Yeah, but you're not giving us a chance. You know, things were so clean with Kiva. Things were mostly clean with Fies. Things were surprisingly clean with Build.
Yeah, but again, Gaim, Build was kind of like the refresher, like the whole like here's a peppermint to refresh yourself, because again, reading into it, it's like they even realized how crazy and BS their timelines and lineup were getting with most of these writers.
Yeah, yeah, I like how like in the second arc things got like really clean, where it's like 6 episodes we're fighting Hokuto, 6 episodes we're fighting Saito, 6 episodes we have this big revelation of who's really behind everything. Another 6 episodes. Oh look, we got the final form. 4 or 5 episodes. We get to the movie. 4 or 5 episodes. We're done. Visa next.
Yeah.
But here it's like it's so damn messy. It's like you would have like an arc that has like 8 episodes, and then you have like a movie that takes place between those 2 arcs. Like in between like the 2 halves of that arc. And then once you get to the next arc after that, it's like you got maybe I don't know 10 or 11 episodes. But guess what? Midway, another movie. So like the slideshow at the end of the season, it's gonna look so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's like, see, like what I like about Fies only needing only 1 background for the entire season is because there was like no arcs, period. There were no arcs, just 1 continuous thing. And then in Kiva, it's like we had 3 arcs, and the first one took up half the entire season. And the third one took up only the last 5 episodes. Build a little iffier, but we pulled through. We pulled through. But with that in mind, yeah. Also, be sure to check out our Morphicon interviews. You know, we have 17 of them up. We also made a playlist of all of our interviews from Morphicon 2022, as well as the ones from 2024 uploaded so far. So that playlist will be updated as we get more interviews uploaded. But everything from 2022 is like in one big playlist, so you can watch all of those all over again, as well as watch our most recent interviews. And of course, be sure to check out our sister channel, The Buttery Show, where we do various movie reviews. And if you want to follow our personal content, where can the people find you?
Yeah, on IG The Sin Prince. I'm trying to get recovery of my stuff, so
yeah,
I will probably be a little bit MIA on that. So hopefully, I am gonna try to yell at Google because yeah.
And you can find me on Instagram at Boken_Kabuto and on Twitter at twitch.tv/BokenKabuto. With all that said, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to stay safe, stay hydrated, up to emergency kits, hug your loved ones, and we hope you have a great week. And yeah, stay fruity, stay fresh, and don't be Michi.
Don't be Michi.
Don't be Michi.